Welcome to Common Prophets. It is often suggested that Hindu Brahma is same as biblical Abraham. Indeed, there is a great similarity between the names of Brahma and Abraham, as one can see in this picture. However, the original name of Abraham was Abram, not Abraham. So if we remove the H, we have the common consonants B, R and M. Now, two of these consonants are also found in the name Ram. So, we have to consider whether Abraham or Abram was Ram or he was Brahma. Because as far as name is concerned, we get similarity from both the names. While the names are similar, we find that there are a great number of dissimilarities between Brahma and Abraham, while there are a great number of similarities between Abraham and Ram. To begin with, it is said that Brahma and Abraham were both creators. Indeed, Brahma is the creator in the Hindu mythology, and it is said that the Devas, Pitars, sages and Manus are the mental sons of Brahma. However, in the biblical religion, God is supposed to create human beings. So, it is said, God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them. So, as far as creation is concerned, Brahma is more similar to God of the biblical religion rather than Abraham. Now, Abraham was also a creator in a certain sense. God made a covenant with Abraham, as for me, behold, my covenant is with you and you shall be a father of many nations. So Abraham being father of many nations could be considered same as him being creator. The same story occurs in the story of Ram. Ram is also said to be the progenitor of his long lineage. I give here the list of about 35 descendants of Ram. This list begins with Manu, so it starts at 81, ends at 115. But we can see that there are large number of descendants of Ram. So we have to compare two things. The creation done by Brahma is similar to the creation done by God in the Bible, and the large number of descendants of Abraham are similar to the long lineage of Ram. By no stretch of imagination, it can be said that Brahma is creator in the sense of Abraham, because Abraham was not a creator of mankind. He was, if at all, he was only a creator of a large number of nations, which is parallel to Ram rather than parallel to Brahma. The second point is that Abraham and Brahma are both descendant of Noah. This is factually incorrect. The lineage, according to the Bible, it is correct that Abraham is the descendant of Noah, as you can see in this chart. However, Vaivasvat Manu, who is parallel to Noah, because the flood took place at the time of Noah and the flood also took place at the time of Vaivasvat Manu. But Vaivasvat Manu is a descendant of Brahma. Brahma to Swayambhu Manu, then Vivaswan, and then Vaivasvat Manu. So by no stretch of imagination we can say that Brahma and Abraham are both descended from Noah. In fact, from Vaivasvat Manu descended Dashrath and his son was Ram. So Noah to Terah to Abraham is similar to Vaivasvat Manu to Dashrath to Ram. So the parallel is between Noah being the father of Abraham and Ram. It is not parallel to Noah being a father of Brahma. The fourth and very tricky point, it is said that both have a sister wife. Now, Brahma, it is said that once he was undertaking some penance, his wife Savitri delayed coming to the sacrifice. So he sent someone and they fetched his daughter. So Brahma completed the sacrifice with his daughter Saraswati. Then he impregnated her, and the number of descendants were born. So Brahma, if at all, did incest with his daughter, not with his sister. On the other hand, it is true that Abraham married his sister. In Bible, in Genesis 20:12, Abraham says, "But indeed she is truly my sister. She is the daughter of my father, but not the daughter of my mother, and she became my wife." The same story is found in the story of Ram. I give a longish quote from the Malayan legend of Ram. It is said, Dasharatha gets flowers picked by an old woman in his garden and gives her the task of taking to Ravana's place, but forbids her to take any money for them. He himself changed into a child who had just learnt how to sit and came hidden in the flower basket near Mandudaki. Now Mandudaki is similar to Mandodari. As Ravana was visiting his first wife Sekanda Maya, Dasharatha took his proper form and slept with pseudo Mandudari. So what has happened is that Dasharatha was visiting Ravana, and Ravana, while he was with his first wife Sekanda, at that time Dasharatha slept with his wife Mandudaki or Mandudari. And he then disappeared through the air as he had come earlier through the flowers. Then the child was born and the horoscope was drawn up, but with a shake of his head, Bibhu Sanam related that whoever married this child would kill his father and rule over the four worlds. Ravana is naturally unhappy at this prophecy and wanted to kill the girl immediately, but the mother suggested that it should be put into an iron box and thrown into the sea, so it happens. The Valmiki Ramayana confirms that Sita was born in Lanka. So there is a confirmation that Sita was born in Lanka, and the Malayan legend says that she was daughter of Dashrath and Mandodari. So this aligns perfectly with the biblical statement. When Abraham says that she was the daughter of my father but not my mother, it is perfectly matching, because Sita was then the daughter of Dashrath but not the daughter of Kaushalya, Dashrath's wives. She was the daughter of Mandodari. So the similarity, if at all, is between Abraham and Ram. Abraham also married his sister wife. Ram also married his sister wife. The similarity is not between Brahma and Abraham, because Brahma, if at all, married his daughter and not his wife. The next point is that both Brahma and Abraham slayed their sons. It is indeed true that Abraham had taken his son, whether Isaac or Ishmael, to Mount Moriah to sacrifice him, but he did not sacrifice him, but this much is correct that he attempted to slay his son. But there is no story of Brahma slaying his son. On the other hand, there is no story of Ram slaying his son either. However, there is a difference. At the end of his life, Ram had gone and, according to the Valmiki Ramayana, he stepped into the river Saryu, but it is not clear to me whether he died at that time or not. The Valmiki Ramayana Uttarkand says, Lakshmana led the way and drowns himself in the river Saryu. Then it says, Sri Ram had taken Jal Samadhi in Saryu river. Finally, the Saryu became Sri Ram's route to Vaikuntha. So now this route to Vaikuntha is amenable to different interpretation. If we see the meaning of Vaikuntha, this I am giving from the Sanskrit English dictionary of Monier William. The meanings of Vaikuntha are Vishnu's heaven, situated in the northern ocean, or Vishnu's city. So Vaikuntha is not necessarily in the upper or ethereal world. Vaikuntha could also be another city, and Rama could have crossed the Saryu river to go to another city, and where he may have tried to kill his son just as Abraham. We have no evidence, because the Hindu story of Ram ends at the point of crossing the Saryu river. Therefore, we do not know what happened afterwards. So what can be said is that it is true that Abraham attempted to slay his son. This does not match with Brahma because there is no story of Brahma trying to kill his son, but it could match with Ram if the later story was known. So all we can say is that there is no match of this story. Next point is timing. There is no time of Brahma. If at all, Brahma, we look at the time, the Hindu narrative starts with Swayambhu Manu at 4000 BCE. So Brahma was his mental father. So when Brahma would be before 4000 BCE, as we can see in this chart. On the other hand, if we look at the time of Abraham and Ram, the Adam at 4000 BCE is parallel to Swayambhu Manu at 4000 BCE. Noah at 3000 BCE is parallel to Vavasvat Manu at 3000 BCE. And Abraham at 2000 BCE is parallel to Rama at 2000 BCE. So even if we look at the time, Abraham is closer to Rama at 2000 BCE and not closer to Abraham, who lived at 4000 BCE or earlier. Next point is the nature of the person. Brahma is a psychic entity. He is a god. He is a devta. He never dies. He continues forever and ever. On the other hand, both Abraham and Ram, they met with death. So, if at all, Abraham is closer to Ram and not closer to Brahma, because Abraham and Ram both are human beings, whereas Brahma is a god. The next point is that there are certain similarities in the life stories of Ram and Abraham. Abraham went to the south with his wife Sarah and his nephew Lot. Rama also went to the south with his wife and his younger brother Lakshman. The difference is of brother versus nephew, but that is minor compared to this similarity. Then in the south, Abraham's wife was taken to the Pharaoh. In this picture, the Pharaoh is shown returning his wife to Abraham. Similarly, Ravan kidnapped Sita and took her to his city Lanka, and later on Ram killed Ravan and retrieved Sita. So there is a similarity in the wife being taken to the Pharaoh's place. The last point is, while Brahma has only two wives, Savitri and her daughter Saraswati, Abraham had three wives. Sarah, who brought Hagar to Abraham as his second wife, and then later in his life Abraham had a wife named Keturah. So Abraham had three wives. The Hindu narrative of Valmiki Ramayana tells of only one wife of Rama. However, the Jaina text Paumacharyam, which gives the story of Rama according to Jaina sources, says that Rama had four chief queens, Maithili, Prabhavati, Ratnibha and Sridama. Sita takes renunciation as the Jain ascetic after Rama abandons her and is reborn in heaven. So the Jain story says that Rama first married Sita, then he abandoned her, and after that Rama had four more queens. So while Abraham had three wives, Rama had four or more wives, whereas Brahma had only two wives. There is a great similarity between Abraham and Rama. If we take the total picture, we find that while the names of Brahma, Rama and Abraham are similar, there are all the other parameters support Abraham being Ram rather than Brahma. Firstly, both are progenitors of large number of descendants. Second, both descended from Noah or Vavasvat Manu. Third, both had a sister wife. Fifth, while Abraham tried to kill his son, Rama's story is silent upon it. Sixth, the time of both Rama and Abraham is 2000 BCE. Seventh, the nature of both Rama and Abraham is a physical person. Eighth, both traveled to the south with their wife and a relative. Ninth, the wife was taken to the Pharaoh or the Ravana. And tenth, both have 3 or more wives. So the total picture is that there is a much greater similarity between Abraham and Ram, and very little similarity between Abraham and Brahma. The only similarity is of name, and that is a very flimsy ground to say that Abraham was Brahma. So we should get over this whole idea and accept that Ram was the same person as Abraham on the basis of these large number of similarities, and particularly they being at the same time. Thank you, and I hope to see you again. Please do not forget to like and share this video. Thank you.